Hello everyone, this is Wetland Acres with Hunt and Jump. Here we are to finish up our line breeding pastures for the month. Yes, line breeding is so much work, but here we are to finish it up. We're gonna go with generation number 5. Now you'll notice that this is a smaller pasture. This one can only have 1 stallion and 10 mares. I was gonna say this is a younger group, but here we are with a 13 and 12-year-olds. So they're smaller. They're waiting for more room. That we're still trying to get established. But here we go. Here's our best in pasture filly. Let's test her. See if there's a point in testing the rest, and we'll go from there. So here we don't have a 6th gen benchmark. Right now we're just comparison testing against their moms because we don't even have a good 5th gen benchmark. We definitely needed to tighten both of these up, but here we go. As good as. So here we go. We had our best in pasture foal, and she didn't even pass the quality assurance. Like, as you've noticed, we went from 6 pass, 2 pass, 2 pass. It's very rare for anybody to pass in this pasture, especially since we're still working on figuring things out with the 5th gens. But you know, this is the best in pasture. This is the one which is most likely to be useful. Let's call this one, actually put a couple spaces so she's a good comparison horse. 5th gen tester. Let's try comparison testing her against our 5th gen horses, because I said we don't have a good benchmark for 5th gen. Like, let's comparison test. Like, she is as good as her mother, which means she's either the same quality, a little better, or a little worse. Let's hope she's either a little better or a little worse, so that way we can test her against the other 5th gens. And if she is a little better, then some of the lower quality 5th gen mares will test worse than her, and we can spay all of them. If she's a little worse than her mom, then some of the mares should test superior to her, and so we can spay all the ones that are as good as her. So yeah, we went from a let's see who can be the next breeder to a chopping block episode. This will be interesting. So we go back to our pastures because it's like, okay, if any of these ones who aren't in pasture aren't good quality, like we have a bunch of mares in the young barn just like bottled up waiting to go into pasture, so we can thin out some and have the better horses in the pasture for next month. I already bred the waiting mares to the stallions I was using to try to bolster a color coded leaderboard. But here is Castaway Ghost. She is from Fenrir Ghost and a Nexus line I used to have. Like, she didn't have Nexus, but let's test her against 5th gen tester. Okay, AGA 5th gen tester. We still don't know what that means. Just watch, and this entire pasture is going to be AJA to her, but let's hope not. Let's hope we finally have our benchmark filly. As good as. I love this mare. I really hope she passes. Like, she has. Okay, so she doesn't have Nexus and Macchiato, but Okay, this might be a very uneventful episode for you guys. I'm sorry. Then Mirror Moon. See. Okay, so this one tests worse. So we finally have a mare that we can spay, which is kind of sad because this is like my favorite colored mare of the group so far. But she will now go into the show barn, which means we can let others go in. So we can still continue using this one as a benchmark. Maybe you can find a benchmark that will tighten up the line a little bit more. But ooh, Twilight Ghost. I'm sorry, Twilight Ghost. She will be spayed as well. This has opened up like a fifth of my pasture for new mares. Like, that's not a lot when you only have 10 stalls. Then we're Stormageddon. Like, I love my Stormageddon line. Please let this one pass. UGA? If we get any which are superior, like so many of these mares are gonna end up spayed. Like, oh no, and this one is a daughter of her lovely fall walker. But she is. Ah, no. Come back. Ghost walker. No, let's not do genetic testing on her. We are spaying her. See, did Fenrir Storm again pass? Yes, she did. For now, until we get a superior one, and then I don't know. Maybe I will allow them to stay if like there's only one that tests superior. Because it's kind of hard to run a pasture with one mare. Robin Storm. All these younger ones. Okay, so what I thought was going to end up not being a very interesting episode got very exciting fast. So I shouldn't have left the 15 pasture. We went from a 10 mare pasture to a 6 mare pasture. Okay, why are you still here? So Robin's Grace, even though she's spayed, ended up staying in the pasture. Let's check to make sure no one else did move her into a show barn. And now we can go to young barn and start. Okay, these are stallions. Let's go to barns. So we have like a couple 6 gens, but not ready many. Let's test some of these and see if they can go in. So we have hooded rift. Very nice classic done. Oh, her. Well, there's the name of the giant rift. She is worse. Ghosted sun. Don't ghost people, it's not fun. Ghosting the sun sounds really dangerous, actually. She is worse than the 5th gen tester. Stormageddon ghost. Nice pretty Gria. Okay, she is AGA, so she can go into the 5th gen pasture. Fenrir soul. Worse than. Elven ghost or elven ghost. She has both ice and all the white stuff going on. She is worse. Okay, guys, so I think we've got our benchmark mirror for Gen 5 now. It's technically Gen 6, but that works. Ghost Black Sun. She goes into the pasture. Like, it says 17, but that includes the foals and the stallion too. So there are 10 foals in that pasture. So that'd be 7 plus a stallion, so there's 6. So we have room for 4 more, I think. 5th gen pasture. Ruben's line. Okay, so let's see if I have 5th gen stolen away or tucked away anywhere else. Not really. No mirrors in the mirror barns. Typical. Okay, and I think that was all of. Okay, so we have these two, but they're they're yearlings. We don't want to put them in the pasture right now, or they will get deleted on the 28th, which, since we've tested them to be our two best fillies of the year, we don't want to do that. So, yeah, instead of sorting foals for 5th gen pasture, we ended up spaying most of the mares. So we're not crowded anymore, which I guess means we're not losing out foals from these better mares, which were not in the pasture because there wasn't room. So we don't need to put the 2nd gen pasture into too much of a hurry because these guys don't need the room anyway. I guess I can start checking to see if we have better stallions, because apparently we need to work on our quality on our 5th gens, and we have a couple stallions to look at, but that'll be later. So yeah, this turned out quite interesting. I will be putting, I'll keep 5th gen tester a mare so we can test the other fifth, so we can test 5th gen mares against her. But the rest of these will be put in the show barn. Hope you guys have a good day. Sorry that things went more than expected, but our even line breeding pastures are done with for the month, just in time. Thank you so much for following me on this journey. Like, subscribe, comment. We still, apparently there'll be lots of things going on soon, but they're no longer on a time crunch, so, or at least not until the 7th, when breeding can start again. See you guys later. Bye.